Hello, stolen cousins. Mm, mm, mm. I just want to show y'all my. Look at how fire it is. See Vegeta? You see him? All right, back to regular programming. We're going to be watching some horror animations. This one I want to say is like McDonald's, right? Let's see how scary McDonald's could get. I used to work at a McDonald's. One second. Hello? Hi. He's gonna text me when he's on his way. It's 2-5. Okay. It's jelly bean. Okay. Okay? Yeah. I love you. I love you. I love you more. And with that being said, let's hop right into it. If you haven't already, please. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I kind of want to be on the side. Why? Because I just do. Should have did that before, but it's alright. You guys can deal with a little, you know? 3 terrifying McDonald's horror animations. Let's go. Let's get into it. If you haven't already, please like, comment, and
I
subscribe.
work in a McDonald's drive-thru and often come across crazy customers. I generally work the day shift. So this one Tuesday afternoon, there weren't many customers. The scorching heat made it tough to roam around the streets. I was watching some videos on YouTube when I noticed a car pulling up at the side of the road. At first, I thought someone is going to get out of the car, but no one did. The car just waited. After a few seconds, the car engine again started, and now it drove to the drive-thru window. Once the car came close to the window, I saw a freaky-looking man sitting in the driver's seat. He had stringy black hair, which was probably a wig, and wore a Michael Jackson costume. His entire face was painted white to resemble MJ's iconic face. He had sunglasses on. Even though he looked the same as MJ, he had a rough spiky beard and very bad hygiene.
Ew.
I could smell his goat-like body odor even from...
Don't be dressed like Michael if you out here funky and not shaved clean. You know, don't have a good shaved face. Don't be out here disrespecting our Uncle Mike like that.
all that distance. He took off his sunglasses and smirked at me creepily, then said, imitating MJ's voice, "Hello, are you open?" Yes, of course. Welcome to McDonald's. What can I get you? I will have a kid's meal. I am sorry? A kid's meal. Do you serve that? Yes, we do, sir, but... Call me Michael. I was grossed out by this man, and now that he was asking for a kid's meal, heightened that feeling to another level. But in the end, I am here to deliver whatever the customers order, so I said in an awkward voice, "Okay, Michael, anything else with your kid's meal?" That's when he turned to the back seat, and for the first time, I noticed this little girl sitting behind him. She looked terrified and barely moved. The man smiled at her and said, "Would you like anything more, honey?" The girl shook her head from left to right, gesturing no. And then, the man began screaming at her. "How many times do I have to tell you that when I ask you a question, you answer it by speaking?"
I want my mommy.
Oh, hell no.
Crying, and I realized
Jump out the
something
window.
was wrong there.
Jump out the window.
Seeing the girl cry, the man quickly mellowed himself down and started consoling her in a calm but creepy voice. "Don't cry. You know how much Daddy loves you. Mommy never loved you, honey. Now stop crying. Daddy is going to take you to Disneyland, and we're going to have so much fun together. All right?"
Okay.
He now looked at me and said, "We are done with the show, mister. Get us our food." "Is everything all right, sir? Is that your daughter?" "I'm telling you, for the final time, call me Michael, and whether she's my daughter or not, that's none of your business, you stupid McDonald's guy."
Jump out the window into the car.
Interrogated him about this girl, he would drive away, and I would never be able to save that poor child if she required my help. So I began to tread carefully. "Yes, you are right, Michael. It's none of my business. I apologize for my unprofessional behavior. Kindly wait. I'll get your food." "Good, thank you." Saying this, he turned to the little girl and said, "You see, honey, People listen to Daddy when he screams. So it's not Daddy's fault. You have to raise your voice to get through this world. There's nothing bad in that. I moved
No.
away from the window so that I could call 911. I threw some chicken McNuggets in the deep fryer so that the man would think I was busy cooking. I heard him singing Billie Jean in his obnoxious, creepy voice. Billie Jean is not my lover. She's just a girl who
Ew.
claims that I am the one. But the
It
kid
is
is
not my son.
son. She says I am the one. But
Okay.
the kid is not my son.
I'm so upset at this.
It was a perfect opportunity. The man had no idea that I was calling the cops on him. He went on singing, and I explained the situation to the operator. Yes, I think he has kidnapped her.
Do you see any weapons on him?
No, not yet. Please, send the cops. The little girl is in danger.
No!
I quickly turned back and saw the crazy Michael had half his body inside the drive-thru
No, he
window.
didn't.
He was holding a knife, and the little girl was sobbing uncontrollably. I told you it was none of your business. Why did you call the cops? Can't anyone be trusted these days? Nah.
Why do you do that? Why do you do that? He said, You get it?
Can't anyone be trusted these days?
Like, what the fuck?
Saying this, he pulled the rest of his body in and lunged at me. My phone fell on the floor, but I was still connected to the 911 call. The man's eyes were bloodshot. He looked like a Michael Jackson from hell. He grabbed my throat with one hand and was all set to cut me open with the sharp, shiny knife.
Oh my god.
Stop! You don't have to do this.
Now you will know what happens when you interfere in people's business. Die, moron! He tried to
That's
stab me,
so
but I blocked
annoying.
him with my arm, and the knife made a deep cut. I screamed in pain and realized he is soon to make a second attempt, and I don't have much time.
Where are the other
I grabbed his filthy
where are the
stringy
other
hair
people
and
from the
punched him in the
thing?
nose without giving him a second chance to contemplate this attack.
Weird.
He let go of me, holding his bleeding nose, and the knife fell from his hand. I quickly grabbed it before him and warned him. If you take one more step, I swear I will chop you like a pig. Fine. Don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. A few minutes later, the cops came and arrested the creep. The little girl was taken to the police station, where her mother picked her up. It was found out that the crazy MJ guy was indeed the girl's father. He was mentally damaged and obsessed with Michael Jackson. His wife divorced him and wanted to cut all ties with him because of his weird behavior. But the man decided to abduct his daughter and run away as far as possible. I am happy that I saved the girl's life, but it also makes me sad that the poor kid will have to live with such horrifying memories of her psycho dad for the rest of her life. Hey guys,
that
I
is
hope you're
sad.
enjoying the video.
So, at least
please
it
leave a
was her
like.
daddy.
And also, a small percentage of people that watch my videos are actually subscribed. If you want to support this channel and make this channel reach the 1 million mark, please consider subscribing. It's free and you can change your mind later. Enjoy.
Being a parent is not easy. You have to constantly keep an eye out for your children's safety. After escaping an abusive marriage, I finally found my soulmate. My husband, Greg, loves me and my daughter, Ella, from the bottom of his heart. Even though he is Ella's stepfather, he cares for her more than her own father ever did. We were a happy family. Every weekend, we would go out to the movies or play games at the mall. On our way back, we would stop for dinner at some fast food chain. My daughter Ella loves fast food, and her favorite is McDonald's. She would always beg for us to
Look
go
at that
out,
Minions
not
toy.
just for the food, but also the Happy Meal toys.
Mm-hmm.
I would buy her a Happy Meal just to see the smile on her face. So this one Friday, we were making our usual stroll.
I just
around the
love their
mall when my
animations. They got the
husband was
IMR
at a
store in the
swimsuit
back.
shop. He was being kinky, and I began blushing. We were laughing and planning to buy a swimsuit when I heard Ella talking to a weird-looking man.
Ew.
He was dressed in a white shirt and had an eerie appearance. They were standing quite close to me. My husband went ahead to buy the swimsuit for me, and I waited outside to keep an eye on this man. Now, I never yell at my daughter. I always try to protect her without being intimidating, so I decided to watch the guy without calling Ella back to me. I didn't want to be rude, so I just waited for their...
You didn't want to be rude to a mate. I'm sorry. To a stranger talking to your child. You didn't want to seem rude. I wish the hell my mom would have. Tania, if you don't bring your ass over here, you know stranger danger. You know? Because in reality, if how I feel is, I've seen adorable kids, I've always told the parent, oh my God, your child's so precious. I've never looked at the little kid and be like, you're so cute. Like, what? Why are you talking to a child when you're a grown adult? I understand that she's not, she's doing the gentle parenting thing. I understand that completely. But, like, what are you really talking about? Like, make it make sense for real. A stranger is talking to your child. It's not like, a relative. It's not like a family, It's not like a friend. It's a real stranger.
conversation to end
Girl,
naturally.
pissing me off.
In the beginning, the conversation was pretty normal.
So how old are you, little angel?
I'm 6. I have a sister, but she's staying home with my Nana.
I
That's
see.
not good.
You are a big girl then. What's your favorite color?
Blue, what's yours?
Mine is red. Do you want to know why?
So far, things were going normal and I had nothing to worry about. But suddenly, everything took a dark turn. Being interested in the man's favorite color, Ella asked,
What? Tell me.
Because it's the color of blood. Do you know what is blood?
Yes, my teacher says it runs in our veins.
Right. Absolutely right. But we can't see them from outside. We have to cut ourselves if we wish to see blood. I can tell you, it's so much fun.
My face turned pale hearing this, and I quickly walked toward them. I was furious with the man's choice of topic while speaking to a 6-year-old and couldn't contain my anger. Such words can have a damaging impact on kids, so I lost it and slapped the weird man right across his cheek.
Period.
Not expecting the sudden slap, the man yelled,
What the?
Are you crazy? Do you really think this is what you should be telling a 6-year-old? To cut herself so she can see blood? What kind of psycho are you? People stopped to watch the drama. I went on yelling, and my husband came out hearing my loud voice. I insulted the frack out of that man, and surprisingly, he didn't even say a single word to me. Only his filthy eyes kept giving me a death stare. Once he saw people gathering around us, he quickly left the scene. My husband asked if he had done anything inappropriate, but I told him no, he was just being sketchy and saying some crazy things to our daughter. Ella got sad, and I didn't want her to think it was her fault. I hugged her and said it was the man's fault and he got what he deserved. I soon calmed down, and to cheer everybody up, we decided to go to McDonald's. The restaurant was right around the street, so we parked our car and went in. As we sat down, after ordering Ella's favorite Happy Meal and burgers and fries for us, the man at the mall slowly faded from my mind. We were cheering and laughing like a happy family while eagerly waiting for our food. A few minutes later, our order finally arrived.
Look, Mommy, I got minions.
Ella showed me the cute little yellow minion toy she got with her Happy Meal. That's great. Now finish your burger. We started eating. Ella, being a kid, likes to play with her food. She would always remove the top bun and eat the meat patty first. This time she did the same, but as she took off the top bun, I heard her cry out in disgust.
Ew, Dad, there's a toenail in my burger.
What? My husband and I immediately looked at her patty, and what we saw almost made me throw up. There was indeed a filthy, bloody toenail sitting on
Ew.
top of the patty. We had been coming to McDonald's for ages, and never once had we faced a situation like this. I heard my husband screaming for the manager.
Where's the manager? What kind of sick joke is this? Sir, what happened?
The manager came rushing toward us.
How come there's a bloody toenail in my daughter's burger? Are you guys insane? What kind of service is this?
Hearing us finding a toenail in our food, all the other customers stopped eating and started to protest for their lack of attention. The manager called out to the chef working in the kitchen.
Where's the chef? Get him. I want to talk to him now.
And that's when I received the shock of my life. The chef was none other than the same psycho man who I had slapped at the mall. He came limping to our table. His sick face had a huge grin, and I understood
Ew.
he saw us walking in here and decided to take revenge for my slap. But whose toenail was that? That's when my eyes noticed his left foot. I discovered why he was limping. He was bleeding from his big toe. There was no nail
You
on it.
nasty
The red
son of a
flesh
bitch.
underneath was gushing out like an open wound. The man looked at me and then looked at Ella.
Now do you see, little angel? That's blood. It's red in color. And it's my favorite color.
I would have beat his ass. I really would
Ella
have beat the shit
started
out of him.
crying, and I was too horrified to speak. The manager called the cops, and he was arrested. I still remember when the cops were taking him away, he looked at me and waved. That was the last time I took my family to McDonald's. I don't care what anyone says. I will never be able to eat at McDonald's again.
I wouldn't be able to either. That's
For
really
as long
upsetting.
as I can remember, I've always been the kind of person who has something to tell. Some say I have bad luck. Others say...
Okay, story time. I've never done a story time, but watching this one, gave me a memory, so I'm going to try to make it fast. I worked at McDonald's for like 2 years. I want to say 2 years or a year and a half. It was my second job ever. I think I started when I was like 17 and I stopped working there when I was, when I was 19 or right before I turned 19. Either or. Age doesn't really matter. But I was working overnights and we would have now overnight and the McDonald's was 24/7. Now it's 24/7 inside the lobby and outside of the lobby. Crazy, I know. I thought it was mind blowing. It was really, crazy. It could be really dangerous. But, I didn't really care. My goal working at McDonald's was to make sure everybody was happy. I wanted everybody to be comfortable. I wanted, you order at McDonald's, I'm there, you're getting your right order. It's coming out fast. Everything's hot. You get a 10-piece nugget. You're getting 3 sauces. You want another one, you can get another one. I just wanted to make sure everything was superb. Ice cream machine is up and running. Obviously, if it's down, I'm going to tell you it's down for cleaning. I'm going to give you a reason. It will be up and running tomorrow. So, I was so upset one day. We had this homeless man that would come in every so often. He would come in. He would either, he'd like buy a fry or a burger or a drink. He'd buy something because to sit in the McDonald's, you would have to buy something. So he would buy something. I don't know if he didn't buy anything this time or I don't know what happened, but I believe I asked him a question and he just got so frustrated at the question. He was so angry with me. He came up to the counter and I'm overnight, so I'm working both counters, the drive-through, I'm helping with the food. I'm doing it all. And this homeless man really told me that he said, the sight of you really makes me want to kill everyone and then kill myself. Like, I really want to kill you, kill everyone in here, and then kill myself. And I was like, what? Like, well, if you feel that way, then you shouldn't be in here. He's like, well, I'm not going anywhere. Rah, rah, rah. Like, oh my God. The manager that I was with at the time, she didn't think it was a big deal. And then a coworker that was with me, she was, she felt as I love her till this day. She felt, she was so upset at it. She actually called the cops and he had left by then. But the next time that he was in, he was told that he actually couldn't be there. You can't be here. You threatened someone's life. you know? So I was like, oh my God. And I can honestly say that was like the craziest thing that ever happened to me in general in my entire life. Having someone really say that my face made them that angry, that they wanted to do harm to me and everybody in the world and then to themselves. It really broke my heart because I was like, oh my God, I try to make everybody happy and this is what's going on. So crazy, right?
It's good luck. But the truth is that I always venture into anything that can be different and interesting, as
Hmm.
dangerous as it may be. I'm proud of this. But the truth is, as long as I can remember McDonald's again.
Sorry, I just had to go
For as
back.
long as I can remember, I've always been the kind of person who has something to tell.
Mm.
Some say I have bad luck, others say it's good luck. But the truth is that I always venture into anything that can be different and interesting, as dangerous as it may be. I'm proud of this, and everyone finds it interesting. But once, in the least expected place and time, that curiosity almost cost me my life.
Mm.
Are you sure you don't want me to go and cook something, Sophie? The streets in the wee hours of the morning are a bit dangerous.
It would be dangerous for you too if you came over, macho man. Don't worry, I'll just go to McDonald's. I've been craving a burger since I woke up.
I know you can handle yourself, but you can stop me from worrying.
Really, don't worry. I promise to let you know as soon as I get back, okay? Hungry, I headed for the nearest McDonald's to my house, only about 10 blocks away. The place was open all night, and ignoring my boyfriend's warning, I parked the car and went inside.
Hey, what are you doing here at this hour, Sophie?
Hey, Alan. The usual. I got hungry and didn't want to cook for myself.
Chris must be terrified.
Yeah, but that's how it is. After waiting a few minutes, I grabbed my food, said goodbye to my friend, and walked back to my car. As I was getting in, something caught my attention. In front of me, there was another car parked, but the engine was running, and inside, someone was staring.
Ew.
Although there was light in the parking lot of the restaurant, his car was dark. It was as if inside that car, there was an emptiness
You see those eyes?
that devoured all the natural light that could enter. The only thing I could see were those terrifying eyes staring at me, as if inside that car was a wild animal ready to devour me. Nope. Without thinking twice, I got into my
Smart.
car and locked myself in. I was about to start the engine and leave, but a loud noise made me look at the car in front of me again. I opened the window, and with curiosity, I kept looking. The eyes were gone, but the source of the noise was still inside the car, banging it from the inside. What is happening? Is there some kind of animal trapped in the car? As if in answer to my question, the car door opened, and silence reigned for a few seconds as its member got out. Leaning out of the back of the car, a huge man began to look around,
Ew.
confused and angry. The silence did not last long, because without warning, the man shouted with all his strength toward the sky. Alan, do you hear that? I think you should call someone from security. A man is screaming like crazy outside.
There's no security at McDonald's.
Chris is gonna freak out when he sees this. Before I could react, he jumped on the roof of his car and, still looking at me, screamed violently in my direction. I tried to start the engine, but the car wouldn't start. Meanwhile, the man jumped out of the car and came running in my direction like a rabid animal. Because of the distance, he didn't run for more than 2 seconds, but it felt like an eternity. I managed to start the car and accelerated as hard as I could.
Not laughing
As I drove
now.
off, I heard a bang on my car, but he didn't do more than that. I had escaped. I left him behind. Terrified, I arrived home, and without getting out of the car, I breathed a sigh of relief. I opened the window to get some air while I picked up my cell phone. I felt like my head was going to explode.
See on the roof
That
of
was
your car?
possibly the tensest moment of my life. I went into my chat with Alan and saw that I received a voice message, so I played it.
Sophie, where are you going? Don't get out of the car. A guard saw you while you were leaving. The man is not here. He's on top of you.
Oh! Yep,
The
on
man
top
who
of
had
your
chased
car.
me before, the one I had filmed, laughing so much, was walking toward me. I was helpless. I could only crawl backward in fear, staring at him as he prepared to attack me. Suddenly, as if by a miracle, a car parked in front of us,
Is your boyfriend?
and from it, 3 young men jumped out at the man who was stalking me.
Dude, what is your problem? Leave the girl alone.
With brutal and unmeasured force, the man simply threw the young man who came to my aid. The other 2 stood in front of him and tried to stop him, but neither of them could do anything against him. He just swatted them away like flies. The man was alone again, in front of me, looking at me with his demonic eyes, ready to do who knows what to me. But I wasn't going to let him do anything. Like every time I went out at night, I was prepared, and thanks to the time those guys held him, I was able to come to my senses and pull the gun. I ran to my house and locked myself in. The young men got in their car and drove away. One of them had his cell phone in his hand, probably calling the police. Meanwhile, as if nothing had happened to him, the man got up and came running to my door, kicking and punching it with all the anger he could muster.
Oh my god,
Just as
get
I felt I
away.
was about to knock it down, the police arrived, and between 2 cops, they were able to stop him in time. But they were never able to find out who the man was or what he was doing. I later found out that he was committed to a psychiatric hospital, and he would probably never get out of there. The car he was
That's
in was
crazy.
not his, but neither could they find out who it belonged to. Me? Let's just say I still go out to eat at night, but whenever I see someone behaving strangely, I put my cell phone away and speed up as fast as I can.
Good, because why would you record somebody? Like, already worried and scared. Ugh. Alright. That was a good one. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed my story time. If you will, and don't mind, please subscribe. And as IMR says in his little clips, as he says in his little clips, you can take away your subscribe later. And as I say all the time, support is free. And because you're now in the Stillen family, support your family. Why would you not want to support your family when support is free? You know? So leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you made it all the way to the end. Let me know which story was your favorite. And have a great day. Bye.